Hotep World. This your brother Matthew Daniels, aka Ampu, aka the Chosen Few, aka the Real Bookworm. Not a bookworm, the real bookworm. And as always, may your name live on forever and may your memory never die. Hotel. What I want to talk to y'all about today is what do you do when your dream becomes unattainable or unreachable? It's something that we really don't like to think about. We assume that if we have a goal, if we have a dream, if we have an ambition, that if we work hard enough, we keep pushing, we keep striving, that we'll someday reach it, we'll someday achieve our dreams. And I teach that. You have to look at it like that because you'll never get what you want out of life if you're not consistently trying to attain it, right? If you're not pushing and striving. But what we have to realize is sometimes when our dreams are, how can I put this? When our dreams are predicated upon someone else doing something for us, then there can come a time when our dreams may become unattainable. I remember one of my biggest dreams working for McDonald's. I've told you guys I was a general manager, right? And I was a real good one. But my dream wasn't to be a general manager. I only became a general manager because in order to get to another level, I had to go through the general manager slot. So becoming a general manager was part of my ultimate goal, my ultimate dream. Really what I wanted to do is I wanted to be a trainer, right? The first management class I went to, they sent me to Houston. Excuse me. They sent me to Houston to the main office building for the Houston region. And I went through my management classes. It was like a 3-day class where we went in the morning. I stayed in the hotel at night. Went back during the day, stayed in the hotel at night. And it was basically a 3-day class. You take a test at the end of the 3 days and you get your certification to be a manager, shift running manager. And while I was there, I noticed that every single one of my instructors that was teaching the class, making good money, we're talking 6 figures, traveling the country, teaching McDonald's, they all said that they had started out working for McDonald's. I had one teacher, he said that he started out as a maintenance man, sweeping and cleaning, changing filters or the grease or things like that. I had one that said they started out in the kitchen. I had one that said they started out as a cashier. And I was like, I say, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you got a minimum wage job on the cash register, flipping patties in the grill, or, sweeping and mopping, and you were able to turn that into a career training for one of the most successful businesses on the planet, making 6 figures and traveling the country, teaching people how to run the shift or run the business as well as you did. And they told me yes. And so I was like, bingo, light went off. I was like, that's what I want to do. If I can go from being a regular crew person to a manager to ultimately working in that training department, that's what I want to do. And so I set out to achieve that. And man, I did everything that I was supposed to do. Everything that I was supposed to do. I went through every single stage, you know what I mean? And I even became a general manager. Now, once you get that general manager certification from Hamburger University in Chicago, an individual can become a trainer for McDonald's. So I was this close, right? I was this close. And I don't know how familiar you guys are with the history, but some years ago, McDonald's started going down, right? They weren't the number one fast food chain anymore. They started taking a lot of losses, quarterly losses and yearly losses. And the business had to come up with a way to save the brand, basically. And so one of the things that they did when they were going through their struggles, they had to start downsizing. A lot of the trainers, the teachers, they got fired, they lost their jobs, or maybe they got, placed in other areas of the store, of the company. I'm not sure, but I know that certain individuals that trained me, they were no longer trainers. They lost their jobs. the Houston region office, the office that I actually went to go take my manager classes at, they closed that down and they merged the Houston region with the Dallas region. You had the Houston region, you had the Dallas region. They closed down the office building in Houston and they made it the Houston Dallas region. And then McDonald's started going for a push to make actual stores train their own managers. They started to be allowed to train their own managers and give them the certificates and to actually be certified. And so I slowly started to see, when I was right there at the precipice of achieving my dreams, right, of becoming a trainer, I saw it slowly slipping away. When a lot of the trainers started losing their jobs, I was like, oh man. But I still had hope, because I was like, well, I can come in and I can do it how it's never been done before, and they'll need me. But then when they closed that office building in Houston, that was like a major blow, because I always saw myself working at that office building in Houston. I saw myself doing that. I saw myself there, right? And when you have a dream, what is best to do is visualize it in your mind, okay? And you lock on that image of yourself in your dream position, and you hold on to that, and you see that, and you look at that, and you think about that, and you meditate on that, right? You pray about that. And when they closed that building, it was like somebody hit me in the gut and knocked all of the wind out of me. And so I realized that how I saw the dream and how I was trying to achieve the dream, it was no longer possible. Now, someone may say, well, you could have still been a trainer. You could have did it this way. You could have did it that way. You could have did it this way. You could have worked here. I wasn't going to Dallas, you know what I mean, to do it. I wasn't. No, I wasn't prepared to. That wasn't the dream. I'm not trying to go live in a whole nother state and do this. I had the dream set out in my head to do it a certain way. That's how I was doing it. And everything that I did was building up to that point. And right when I was on the cusp of reaching it, it was snatched away. And so I had to make a decision, right? I had to make a decision. What do? Do I just stay in the general manager position, right? Do I try to become a trainer for the company that I was working for, right? Do I compromise my dream, or do I change it? Do I compromise my dream, or do I change it? Do I take a something similar to the dream, right? Do I settle for something that's like what I wanted? I wasn't prepared to do that. Now maybe you will, but I'm gonna tell you what I realized is that a dream can become unattainable or unreachable if it's predicated on somebody else. Now, in the world that we live in, certain dreams, ambitions, and goals, pretty much all of them, they always are going to be predicated on other individuals. But mine was predicated upon the success of McDonald's. That's what I realized. Mine was predicated upon the success of McDonald's. And when the individuals that was higher up in McDonald's were not doing their part, were not doing their job, and McDonald's started to fail, well, not really fail, because they always have done pretty good, but when they started to not do as good as they had done in the past, my dreams were compromised, because my dreams were predicated upon the success of others. And so I switched it up. And people wonder, like, why did you quit McDonald's? Why did you go to do something else? And they see me now, that how I'm pushing my book, and I'm trying to be an author, and I'm writing books, and I'm trying to have another book come out this summer, and I want my third book to come out in the wintertime this year. And I'm pushing this because I realize now that my success needs to be predicated upon my success. Me reaching my goals, dreams, and ambitions needs to be predicated upon my drive, right? My drive, my ambition. I'm not going to try to be an author, but me being a successful author is dependent upon someone else writing a book for me. I'm going to write the book, right? Because if I know that it's on me to write the book, to type the book, right? I'm typing up my second book right now. And it's hard. I tell you guys, I cannot type. I can't type. I pick, right? It's hard, man. It's hard when you got a book 200-300 pages that translate into like 300-400 pages typewritten on a computer. It takes time. But I know that I want to have my book finished for this summer. So what I did, I looked at how many pages that I have in the book to type. I looked at how many months I have to type it up to have it ready to be released this summer. And I did the math and I divided and I realized how many pages I had to type per month. Okay? And so now that I know how many pages that I have to type per month, that's how many pages I'm going to do, rain, sleet, or snow, whether I'm tired. When I get off work, I'm typing. Sometimes when I wake up before work, I'm typing. On my off days, I'm typing. I gotta meet that quota. Right? And so sometimes when you realize that your dreams have become unattainable because your dreams are dependent upon somebody else, and you have to reconfigure your dreams, you reconfigure your dreams to such a way that if you grind hard enough, you're gonna be successful. Your success isn't based on the success of somebody else. I had a wonderful team when I was working at McDonald's. I had a wonderful owner operators that I was working for that owned the stores that I was the general manager of. But I looked at something and I was like, man, they living their dream. They millionaires. They're millionaires, right? But what if one day they decide that they don't want to do it anymore? Or what if one day that they just start making bad decisions and the company that I'm working for, it just starts to fail? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to me? Just like if I had already made it to the training department in McDonald's when everybody started losing their jobs, what would have happened to me? What would have happened? So I reconfigured my dreams, and now I have a dream and I have an ambition and I have a goal that's solely dependent on my drive, my ambition, my hustle. So what I want y'all to know is don't get discouraged. Sometimes, and I just got to be honest with y'all, sometimes, man, your dream may become unattainable because of what somebody else does or doesn't do or does incorrectly, right? Sometimes that might happen and it'll get you down, but you don't stop. You don't give up. You don't stop dreaming. You don't stop pressing, right? You use your abilities in another way. See, I have an ability where I can speak well. I'm not the best speaker in the world, right? I don't have the ultimate command over the English language, but I can speak well. And I don't mind speaking in front of people. And I don't mind speaking in front of groups. And I don't mind getting questions. I don't mind that. I don't mind being in front of a camera. I'm making a video right now. I don't mind that, right? And I don't mind teaching. I don't mind giving information. I don't mind telling people how to do things that I have already done. That's why I would have fit good in the training department for McDonald's. So I said, you know what? I just have to take those same skill sets, those same gifts. It's the same gift, it's the same skill set, and I have to redirect that. And so now, I try to make these motivational videos to inspire people, to tell people to chase their goals, chase their dreams. You see, and I'm able to write books, so I take that goal. You know what I mean? I take that gift rather, and I'm pushing my books. But I don't want to just be an author. Of course, I want to be an author, but I also want to be a mentor. I like to mentor children. I like to mentor the youth, tell them about what I've been through, in the hopes that they can avoid the same pitfalls and avoid the same mistakes that I made. If I could, I would love to be a public speaker, motivational speaker, that type of thing, to use my life and to use my gifts to empower others. And so sometimes when your dream becomes unattainable in a certain realm because of the actions of others, you don't get discouraged, you don't quit, you don't give up, you reconfigure, and you try your hand at something else. You just tweak the dream a little bit, and then you give the same energy to that you was given to this. And what I've noticed is, since I've tweaked my goal, but I'm still using my same gifts, talents, and abilities, I'm now becoming successful in this realm, right? I'm now becoming successful in writing. I'm becoming successful in speaking, right? I was a mentor back in school, man. I mentored elementary school kids. When I was in school, I was a part of the host program. Those were some of the happiest times of my life, and I just need to get back to that. So I don't want to make this too long. I've already really ranting and rave for almost 15 minutes. That's too long. I don't like making videos that long, but got caught up in a moment. But what I want you to do is understand that sometimes your dream can become unattainable based on the actions of others, right? Now, when that happens, you don't get discouraged, okay? You don't get discouraged because honestly, it's not so much as your dream has become unattainable. Your dream in that setting, how you saw it, may have become unattainable, but your gifts, talents, and abilities that you were going to be utilizing within that setting, right? You may just have to put it into another setting, and you can use it the exact same way. So you don't give up. You just tweak it. You just adjust. You know, one thing they taught us when I was working for McDonald's, and then I'll quit. If you have a problem, like you're not making your food costs, right? You have a problem. You're not making your food costs. Something is wrong, and you come up with an idea on how to fix the solution, and you try to fix the problem. You try to fix the problem and you realize that it doesn't work. You figure out why it didn't work and you change it and you try it again. If that doesn't work, you figure out why it didn't work, you change it and you try it again. Sometimes you have to do that in life. You have to change it and try it again. Change it and try it again. Change it and try it again. But you never give up. You never truly lose until you quit. You never truly lose until you quit. It's not over until you quit. Remember that. Matthew Daniels, Ampu, The Chosen Few, the real bookworm, not a bookworm. I'm the real bookworm. Make sure you get it right. I am the real bookworm. May your name live on forever, and may your memory never die. Hotel.